I tend to film a lot with my phone these days, and the main problem that I find I have is stability. I know I use a tripod all the time, but if I want some action shots, find that I get a lot of shaky footage. So my idea was to come up with a camera rig that would be a more stable. So like a two-handed operation rig kind of deal. So that's what I did. I started off with turning some wooden dowels into some hand grips on the lathe. I stained them with a dark stain, and I even put in some red spray paint because I wanted a hint of red. I didn't want just straight up brown. So we're going to start with some threaded rod that we cut down to size. I'm going to take a nut and thread it on the end, just finger tight for the moment. Take a washer and put it through. I'm going to do the same thing on this end. This flat bar is the component that keeps everything together. This is the main structure of the rig. I drilled 3 holes in it, 2 holes on the side to accept the threaded rod, and 1 smaller hole in the middle to accept the finger nut that goes through to hold the phone. So let's go ahead and put this one through. I'm gonna put the hand grip on. Now I did drill a hole all the way through, a through hole. I counterbored the end here to accept a washer, and then the thread, the nut. Now I'm going to do the same on the other side. Let's tighten these up now. I smartened up and got a socket wrench. Okay, now that is assembled nice and strong. I actually want to bring one thing up before we move on to the next step. If you look, the handles are kind of out to the side, and that is because I put counterbores in the top and the bottom, not only to accept the washer, but my original idea was to accept a bearing from some skateboard wheels. I was going to put them in the top and the bottom. That way I would have spinning handles. Couldn't figure that out. I need to come back to it for a version 2. Next, we're going to take the finger nut, put a washer, put it through the hole, nut on the other side, and the selfie stick phone holder. And that's pretty much it. Put your phone here, and you come around, action shots. I wanted to try one more thing. And I figured if it's in your hands, it's stable, but it's still not like a steady cam would be. So I know a lot of people add weight to it to kind of hold your hands down, but I'm gonna try this strap, and it's gonna strap on to here, and then this is gonna go around the back of my neck. So hopefully that constant tension of me holding it out with it strapped to me is gonna provide some stability. So let's give that a shot. Alright, there we go. So now this hooks around the back of my neck, and then I'm holding this with my hands, and I can move it around up and down. So swoop in real nice. Alright, here it is. I put an iPod in here just so you can get an idea, because obviously I'm filming with my phone. I also have an external microphone that hooks into the lightning port on my phone. So this is perfect. Nothing gets in the way of the port no matter what side it's on, and it's easy access to the camera. So, fits in your hand. Like I said, this provides tension so you can swoop in, you know. The only thing I am worried about is when your hands move, the vibration might get picked up by the microphone. So I need to be really aware of that. That's kind of why I wanted the rotating handles to help prevent that friction of your hands moving. Can you hear that? You know, hopefully, I just have to be real gentle with it. So, you know, I can go around. It's almost like I'm playing a video game, driving a car. Alright, enough playing around. I can also just let it hang down, you know? That way it's more like a regular camera. I might remove this and replace it with something a little smaller. It's kind of beefy. I don't know if I like that too much, but it definitely serves a purpose. It's pretty lightweight. I think it looks kind of cool. It's a little industrial, but overall, pretty happy with it. So, stick around for some test footage. I'm going to do a handheld phone versus the stabilized phone. Okay, this is me walking with it unstabilized just in my hand. As you can see, it's super shaky. I'm trying my absolute hardest to hold it still. Now I'm using the stabilized rig. See, it's super smooth. I can go down and swoop up. I'm actually jogging 5 miles an hour and see how smooth it is. It's perfect.